Hey guys, Darkrai91 here doing a review on Pokemon Sun and Moon the anime, episode 4. Now, I'm doing this a little backwards. Episode 4 is being recorded first before episode 3, but episode 3 will be put up first before episode 4, and I will have to do that before 8 or 9 o'clock tomorrow night or later on tonight, because technically it is Saturday, because I review Dragon Ball Super every Saturday night, and I also do the review for the next episode, and I also put my predictions in that. So I have to do episode 3 and 4 of Pokemon Sun and Moon. Have to upload those tomorrow before 8 or 9 o'clock tomorrow night. So, um, again, this is Pokemon Sun and Moon review episode 4. Like I said, again, episode 3 will be uploaded before episode 4. So, in this episode, it was basically a kind of laid back episode. We saw the Pokemon Beware, which is the evolution from Stuffle, which is the like the teddy bear like Pokemon. It's really tall, and it basically just wants to look for friends. It lives in the forest, and it just wants to look for friends. So in episode 3, I do remember what happened. Somewhat remember happened in episode 3. I just have to watch it again because I did watch it on Thanksgiving before family came over. So I rewatched it again with the subtitles. I watched it without the subtitles on Thanksgiving, and I watched the episode with the subtitle. I just saw episode 4, so this is why I'm jumping straight to it because it's fresh in my mind. So apparently what happened in episode 3 is that the Pokemon Beware found Team Rocket, and yes, Team Rocket is in the Alola region. I guess whatever region Ash goes to, they're there. Because I noticed that they were in there in episode 1 and 2, but I was like, okay, maybe Team Rocket's not gonna be in this one because of because Team Skull is there. But I was wrong. They showed up in episode 3, and it so happened that the Pokemon Beware caught them, or picked them up and put them in his cave. And again, he just wants to look for friends. So they were still in his cave, but he was. I say he. I just automatically, whenever I see a Pokemon, I say he, unless I'm playing the game and I see the gender of the Pokemon. So Beware goes out looking for food because he wants to feed Jesse, James, Meowth, and Wobbuffet. So while they're in the cave, Mimikyu was there as well, and they were on, so I guess a pile of dirt or a pile of leaves or whatever, and Jessie was throwing. She threw two Pokeballs, and it so happened that she couldn't catch because the tail of Mimikyu keeps blocking it. And from what Meowth says is that you need to break Mimikyu's defense in order to do any attack or even catch it. So um, Jesse scares off, or Jesse scares Meowth, and Jesse, and at this entire time, Jesse's sitting on his side, just polishing off his luxury ball, and it pops out of his hand. Jesse sees it, and she asks, "Do you have a luxury ball?" It's like, "Yeah," and James is like, "Yeah, I keep it for my collection." And she questions like, "Your collection? Pokeballs are meant to use." So he tries to stop Jesse from using the luxury ball, but she gets mad at him, and she throws it. And this time, Mimikyu turns around like he does a full 180, and the luxury ball hits him on the head, and and it was caught. So she goes to the entrance of the cave, tries to pick up the Pokeball, but of course Beware noticed it, picked her up, put her back on the pile of dirt and leaves, and he had a leaf that has some type of sweet honey in it. So while Jesse was calling out for Mimikyu for help, Beware fed the honey to Jesse, and then she has the giant anime sparkly eyes, and she's saying that she loves the honey, and she's thankful for the honey. And then Beware feeds Meowth, feeds James, it feeds Wobbuffet, and they're all glowing. They're saying the honey tastes amazing, and Beware leaves again to look for some more food. So then we see that Ash, um I forgot her name, but in Japanese her name is Mao. So I'm gonna reference her as Mao since I watched the Japanese. So we have who's there? Rotom, the Rotom Dex is there, Ash is there, Mao is there, Pikachu is there, and Bounsweet is there, and we see that Rowlet is in the air, and apparently the evolution of Pikipek is I guess you could say his mother, being that he was there, was telling, they're speaking Pokemon, but from the scene before, you can see that the evolution of Pikipek is telling Rowlet to go find some food, and but Rowlet is sleepy, so he lays on the berries, and then the mother yells and flies away, and Rowlet flies away. So Rowlet ends up seeing Bounsweet on the ledge of the porch, and he gets determined, and he starts diving in. But Bounsweet notices that, and the petals that are on her head, she starts turning them into a fan. So Rowlet hits her in the head, and then bounces off. So he does this like 3 times. So after the third time, Rowlet, after bouncing off of Bounsweet's head, ends up on hanging upside down from, I guess you could say, telephone wires or some type of wires that um like a regular bird. If you remember, I think it's The Incredibles. The If it's not The Incredibles, I don't remember which movie it was, but there's a short, or it might have been Finding Nemo or Toy Story, when all the birds are on the telephone wire, and then the mom is in the middle, and you see all the birds want to sit next to the mother. You see the telephone wire go down. It was basically almost like that. So Ash, or Pikachu, notices that Rowlet is about to fall, so Ash jumps over the ledge and catches Rowlet. Rowlet sees Ash, falls asleep, and then he wakes up on Ash's bag. He, as in Rowlet, wakes up on Ash's bag, and then he's on Ash's book bag, and he starts jumping up and down because he's happy. He's having fun, thinking that it's a trampoline, and then Ash asks if he was okay, if he was hungry. So Rowlet turns around and notices that there's a bowl of melons, the melons were cut up. So he starts eating it, and the Rotom Dex starts saying that he's eating fast. So Ash unpeels a banana, and then Rowlet goes and sits on Ash's arm while eating a banana, and Ash is kind of cringing in pain because he's got strong legs. And then Ash asks Rowlet if it's okay if he can catch him, but Rowlet grabs the watermelon and just flies away. So of course Ash was determined to catch a Rowlet, and at this point it's like, is he really gonna catch him or not? Because I predicted, just from seeing episode 1, we saw Litten on the beach, and I automatically thought that, okay, maybe this time he's gonna pick Litten, but he didn't pick Litten in episode 1, of course. So then they go into the forest. They see all the Pikipeks. They see Pikipek evolution, and Toucannon, which is the third Pokemon in the Pikipek evolution line. And Rotom goes, takes a picture of the Pikipek, says this is Pikipek, and whatever the entry is for Pikipek. And then Rotom takes a picture of the evolution. Again, I forgot what the name is, but it takes a picture, says the entry, and then takes a picture of Toucannon, and he was said that his beak can reach the temperatures of 100 degrees. And then Rotom goes over to Toucannon. Yes, the name's Toucannon, even though we know it's a cannon. a toucan. It's called toucanon. And touches its beak and it says, "Oh, let me see what the temperature is." Me and it reaches all the way red, and Rotom gets burned. And then we see this net cover the baby Pikipeks, and guess who it is? It's Team Rocket yet again, causing trouble. And the reason why they covered up the baby Pikipek was because after Beware fed them the honey, and Team Rocket stepped outside for a few minutes, the baby Pikipek and the mother came into the cave, stole the berries from Beware, and brought them to their, I guess you could say, mini hideout or nest. And the second net went on onto the berries because they again wanted to steal the berries back. They were trying to be grateful to Beware for feeding them the honey. It may not be the type of food they'd normally eat, but it's free food. Even Pokemon was nice enough to feed them some honey, so they wanted to do something for Beware, which was take the berries back. And then they say their intro, and Jessie throws the luxury ball, calls out Mimikyu, and at this point, Jessie doesn't know the attacks of Mimikyu, so she just says, "Mimikyu, attack anything is fine." So the first move he did was Shadow Ball. Then after Shadow Ball was Play Rough. Then after Play Rough was Shadow Claw. I don't know if Mimikyu has 4 moves. There was only 4 that were. I mean, there was only 3 that were showed in the episode. But after Shadow Ball, Mimikyu uses Play Rough on Pikachu, and Pikachu's down on the ground. He's hurt. So Rowlet notices that Pikachu is hurt, uses the move Leafage as a defensive move, even though it's an offensive move, to surround him and Pikachu. So Rowlet was able to pick up Pikachu and bring it back to Ash. So then Pikachu was able to use Iron Tail and hit Mimikyu, but didn't do anything because Mimikyu defense is high. You have to hit it a certain amount of times, or you have to use one strong attack in order to break its defense. So Mimikyu's head turns to the side, but it stands right back up again. And then I think Rowlet might have used Air Slash or something, because it cut the ropes that was on his mom and dad. His Coco mom and dad, which was the Toucanon and the evolution prior to Toucanon. So then after that, Beware stops the whole thing. Beware picks up Jessie, picks up Meowth, picks up James, picks up Wobbuffet, and picks up Mimikyu. And they just leave. And even James says, "I feel like this is deja vu," because the same thing happened in episode 3. So then Ash says, "You know what? I don't want to catch Rowlet," because he sees that the Toucanon and the Pikipeks are all his family. So he said, "You know what? I don't want to catch Rowlet. I don't want to take him away from his family. The Pikipeks are, of course, his family." So then there was this picture, and I felt that, I swear, some anime know how to hit your heartstrings, because Rowlet started getting sad after seeing Ash leave, after he said that he wasn't going to catch Rowlet, because Rowlet really wanted to go with Ash. He grew on Ash, with the few minutes that they met each other. So then even Toucanon noticed that Rowlet wanted to go with Ash, but Rowlet didn't want to leave the family. But Toucanon said, "Go ahead, you can go. I know you." They didn't really say that. You don't need to hear them say, "No, Rowlet, you can go," but you can use common sense, put 2 and 2 together, and just from Toucanon rubbing its beak on the back of Rowlet, is basically telling Rowlet, "Go ahead, you can go. I know you want to stay with the family, but I know how much you want to go with this human." That's basically what's being said. But Rowlet looks at Toucanon, and he just nods his head, and Rowlet goes and flies on Ash's shoulder, and rubs his head on Ash's cheek. And Ash asks Rowlet, "So do you want to be caught? And do you want to come with me?" And of course, Rowlet is in the air, and the Rotom Dex is asking, "What is he doing?" Ash says, "Isn't it obvious? He wants to be caught." So Ash throws the Pokeball on Rowlet, and he he's caught by the ball, and the ball falls in Ash's hands, and it just shakes. So the ever like that thing could cause you anxiety, because you could be catching a legendary and you want to catch a thing so damn bad, and then it just 1-2 break. But he was able to catch him. It kind of makes me upset because I don't like Rowlet and I don't like Popplio. I like Litten. I'm strictly fire starter Pokemon, because it's always, from my experience, fire has always been like the superior type in Pokemon in all of the 7 generations. But he was able to catch him, and the Rotom Dex was surprised. It was like, you caught him like that? He said, yeah, you can catch Pokemon like that. You don't need to necessarily um, be in battle with a Pokemon. But of course, Mao says, well, he can. He caught him with in his own way. So then Ash throws the Pokemon in the air. Rowlet comes out, and he lands on Ash's arm. Then after that, he ends up going in Ash's book bag, because he really likes his book bag. It's a small place that he feels comfortable in. So not only does he have Pikachu on his shoulder, every once in a while Rowlet will come out, and if he's not battling, he'll stay in his book bag. So he's got 2 Pokemon now who want to stay out of their Pokeball. But man, first it was the animation that I don't like, and I still don't like. And now it's Ash having the Pokemon starter that I don't like. I mean, so far this season's upsetting me in a million different ways, and I don't like that. I've watched every single episode of Pokemon since day one, since episode 1, him catching, or Professor Oak giving him Pikachu. But I don't know, man. I really don't know. But it was a cute episode. I'm not gonna lie, it was a cute episode. I did like the scene, or with Rowlet and Ash, when Rowlet woke up on his book bag. He's jumping on it, and then that small scene, and I was gonna capture it, but I thought about it too late. I could have gone back in the episode and catch it, but I said, you know what? I'll just take a random picture of Rowlet on the internet. But that small scene of Rowlet, his eyes are so big. You see the white spots in his eyes because they're shining. I don't know that, but towards the end, with Rowlet wanting to really be with Ash, I thought that was cute. I may not like the idea of Rowlet being with Ash, or Ash having Rowlet as a starter in the Alola region, but you know what? That scene was cute. But I, the reason why I don't like the animation of Ash is that everybody else looks the same. I looked at the animation of Wobbuffet. I looked at the animation of Meowth, Jessie, and James. They look the same. Why is it that Ash looks different? I don't like that. But like I said, I'm not gonna be ranting on the animation, because I already did that on my first thoughts on episode 1 review. But that was my episode 4 review. Look out for many, many more episode reviews of Pokemon Sun and Moon. Like I said, I will have Pokemon Sun and Moon on my channel. This is something very, very new to me. I'm usually doing Dragon Ball Super reviews on my channel, so I said, let me throw something else on my channel that I like. And I've liked Pokemon since day one. I've been watching Pokemon for 20 years. That is a lot. 20 seasons. This Sun and Moon is the 20th season. I've been watching Pokemon for 20 years. That's very big for me, and I haven't missed an episode yet. And if I do miss it, I go watch it, whether it's on demand or it's a repeat on TV, or I'll even go on YouTube and look for the episode. But I've watched every single episode of Pokemon so far, and I'm there. There are a lot of other people around my age range that probably have done the same thing. They've watched all the episodes, they've played all the games, they've been collecting the Pokemon card game since they got their very first card, whether it was a Caterpie, or whether it was a Pidgey, or even if it was the first very holographic Charizard. There's a lot of people who's been collecting cards for over 20 years, and I congratulate them because that's something that I've been wanting to do. But after moving so much, and just I've lost many cards, I'm trying to get back into collecting the cards, but I went off at the tangent again. I always ramble towards the end of the episodes or the end of the reviews, but let me stop here. Like I said, look out for many more reviews, many more Pokemon discussions, whether it was the game or whether it's the anime. But I hope you guys enjoyed this. I really did, and I will see you guys in my next review.